Welcome back to another episode of Fully Stoked Podcast. I'm Sarah Stokes, your host. Cody's not here today. I am here with the fabulous Shyla Young. So many people know Shyla. So let's welcome her. Hey, listen, in case you forget, I am a lender. I can help you with all of your home financing needs. I do this because I love to connect people and tell about what they do for a living. So Shyla's awesome. It's our first time doing a podcast. I feel like it's my first time too. It's so exciting though. So warm welcome to Shyla. Shyla, tell us about your new business that you established in June and where people can find it.
Okay, so so I'm Shyla. I just opened Pearl Aesthetix in June in downtown Waxhaw. I am on South Main Street. I share a building with Waxhaw Bod. It is a medical spa and wellness. We offer things from IV hydration to peptides, medical weight loss, Botox, filler, and lasers.
IV hydration. I've done that before. I really, really like that. And then peptides, that's like the GL.
So that can be the weight loss medications, the GLPs, the GLP-1s, as well as NAD, Samoralin, things like that. It kind of helps the cell. Yeah. So like those things, the NAD help your body from, so I'll just start back at like Pearl Aesthetix. I am very big about beauty from the inside out. And these wellness things help your beauty from a cellular level. So it's kind of helping recreate that cell at a mitochondrial level, which then helps anti-aging from the inside.
I mean, doesn't she look fantastic? She's got 2 children, a teenager, and you have 1 teenager or 2?
1. So 14-year-old and an 8-year-old.
So whatever she's doing is working. You need to check her out in Waxhaw. Waxhaw's a great town. It used to be a sleepy town, not so much anymore. So tell us a little bit about your background, because you haven't always been from Waxhaw. You've been various places. And how did you get here? And then how did you decide to open Pearl Aesthetix?
I mean, that could be a whole podcast in itself.
I'm sure.
So I'm from Utah. I was not born and raised there, but basically moved there when I was an infant, was raised there, started college there, and then we moved to Colorado, my husband and I, when, I guess, I don't know, we were like 19, 20. So we moved there. His mom and stepdad lived there, and my husband started working on a gold mine there. I finished nursing school there. But I worked as a phlebotomist before that. We moved from Colorado to North Carolina. We were here, bought a house in actually South Carolina in Indian Land. We were here for about 2 years. And then at that time I was working in the ICU. COVID hit and we sold our house, and my husband quit his job, and we traveled. Did travel nursing for a little over a year. I started in New York. My family did not come with me to New York.
Wow. So you went like where in New York?
Like the city.
Wow.
Yeah,
during
NYP
COVID.
Presbyterian.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you saw a lot of stuff. Huh?
Yeah. So I was in the OR and I got furloughed, and I was like, well, what am I doing? I'm an ICU nurse. Like, let me go help. So I went and helped, and I came home, and I did a 6-week assignment, and I came home and was like, it was really sad, but it was really amazing. I hope to never see something like this again in my career. But like, this is a once in a lifetime career opportunity. I want to continue doing it and helping these people. So my husband was like, okay, let's do it. And so our first assignment was in Hawaii. It was amazing.
I bet.
Yeah, it was very amazing. And then we went to Virginia, then South Carolina, Florida. And then my husband was like, okay, I want a job. I'm done homeschooling and being at home. It's a lot of work. So he got a job offer here on the East Coast, and it brought us back to Charlotte. That's how I ended up in Waxhaw.
Nice.
And got into plastics and aesthetics.
So you were in Indian Land, and then you went all over the United States, including Hawaii and everywhere else. And then you ended back in Waxhaw, which Indian Land is maybe 10 minutes from here. By accident, or?
Yeah, kind of. Like he just ended up getting a job offer, and he worked like up and down the East Coast, but his parents live in Lancaster.
Oh, perfect.
And so he was like, do you want to move back to Charlotte? And I was like, what do you mean? we just sold our house in Charlotte. What do you mean we moved back to Charlotte? And I was like, okay, whatever.
Well, we're glad you're here. We're very glad you're here. That's exciting. So there's so many things there that I think we could do a whole podcast on, like your stint in New York. That must have been just like a war zone in many ways.
Yeah, basically.
Gosh, thank you for doing that. That's not a lot of people could do that. In fact, my kids, their dad is he's a nurse practitioner, I guess. Okay. He's my ex-husband, but he also, because he's a man, during the beginning stages of COVID, they had him in Charlotte at one of the one or two places that they had. It was very scary, but yeah, he didn't get to see the kids for 6 weeks at a time, I think, because they didn't know, you know. So.
Yeah, we had no idea. It was really quite scary going into it, just because we had no idea what it was or like what it would do or anything like that. And that's incredible. Why we kind of picked New York versus California, because like if anything did happen, because those were the two hot spots. If anything did happen, like my husband could drive. Yeah.
Right. Wow, that's incredible. I have chills. I didn't know that about you. So that's pretty cool. And then you moving all over the place, travel nurse. I've heard that's glamorous in some ways. I mean, you get to see lots of places. Yeah. But then in other ways, you're traveling all the time too. And it sounded like your husband was ready to settle down. Yeah. And go back. So did you say you don't have to say what he does. I just think it's interesting.
He's in gold mining.
He's in gold mining. Yeah. Like, that's so interesting. I bet they're a very interesting couple to like have dinner with. Yeah. So anyway, so that's why they're back here. We're so glad that you came back to the Waxhaw area. And I told Shyla when she arrived, I said, all of my girlfriends know you. And they all know, oh, yes, Shyla, I know her. She's great. And I'm like, how do you know Shyla? I just met Shyla. And I guess you network well. You get out, you do a lot, and a lot of people know you. So keep doing it.
Thank you. I mean, I've been in, I guess, the Waxhaw area since I moved here in 21. Okay. Where I did get into aesthetics. So I live in Millbridge, and so there's a lot of women in Millbridge. And when I started in aesthetics, like some of them were my guinea pig patients, and they've been with me ever since.
Right.
And then word of mouth just kind of travels really quickly.
It does, especially if you're good at what you do. Yeah. So, if you were not good at what you do, then people wouldn't share your name. So it's a big community. Millbridge is huge, and it's just down the road from me. So yes, it's a great community here in Waxhaw. So do you have any pivotal moments in your life that shaped your path and your decisions? Obviously being a travel nurse and working in New York during COVID, but anything that kind of set you to go into, you were sharing with me earlier about your internship. That probably was a pivotal moment, right?
Yeah. I did an internship at the gold mine, and I was on a leach pad. And for those of you who have no idea what any of that is it's more of like the watering system for the rocks before they take it and crush it down. It was not glamorous. You had to pull tubing across dirt fields, and it was cold. And it was awful. I was like, I am never doing this. I'm going to stay in college.
That's good. That's smart. I think I would have done the same thing. Were there a lot of women that did that?
No, it was just me and my sister-in-law.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you get paid just enormous?
Yeah, we got paid for an 18-year-old. It
was really good.
Yeah, I was like super excited. It was more than I made as a phlebotomist. So.
Wow. Okay. So she went back to medical industry. So you've been in the medical field for, how long did you say?
14 years.
14 years. How old your oldest is, right?
14. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you've got lots of experience. You worked with several plastic surgeons through the years, and then med spas, and now she has her own shop, and it's called Pearl Aesthetix, and all the things she just told you earlier. Is that considered a med spa?
Yes, a boutique med spa.
Boutique med spa. Okay, good to know. Learning new things here. So do you have any daily habits that sort of ground you that you do every single day? Because every time I see you, you're just glowing. You're beautiful. Obviously, but also you're just smiling. You're happy. You seem like you've got it together. You network well. You're always at events. I got to tell you how I met her. But I want to know about your daily habits first.
I have 2 kids, so I'm very busy all the time. I'm just going. Yes. So I feel like I don't have time to stop and think or do anything. But I get up early to get my kids ready for school. I drink coffee, and then I just get my day going. And really, I do prioritize, though, health and wellness. So I make sure I'm nourishing my body quite well. I don't eat a lot of like artificial or processed foods. I mean, I do eat some because, I mean, hey, we have to indulge some.
Right.
And then I work out as well. I try to work out like 5 times a week. I do mainly weightlifting with a little bit of cardio.
Nice.
I don't
mainly weightlifting.
Yes.
That's awesome. Do you work out at home or do you go to a studio?
No, I go to a hybrid strength method, which is in Mineral Springs, and then I also pair that with Hot Works for like recovery workouts.
So the Mineral Springs, is that a newish?
It is a new gym. I think they opened in the summer.
Is it right beside the ice cream shop and the coffee shop?
So that is also a new like cycle place going in. They are like the cute little church, just a little ways down from that little brick and mortar shops.
I need to check that out.
Yeah, it's really great. They're functional fitness.
So is it owned by a woman, husband and wife?
Husband and wife.
Okay. All right. I'll come. Check it out. Okay. All right. You were telling me earlier that you just, over the years, I guess you've just kind of kept going and you came to a point where you had confidence in yourself and you decided, were there barriers? Were there like failures that you experienced over the years that you feel like you could share with people? Because people always like to know, they're not the only ones. People have so many failures in life, but it seems like you're doing really great now. And I think you shared a little bit of something. You don't have to be too detailed.
Yeah.
Earlier.
Definitely. Like, it didn't come easy. It was a lot of hard work. I come from like a very low poverty family. I'm the first person to graduate high school. Wow. There's even a point like when I was super young, we lived in a homeless shelter. It was just me and my mom. She got married though in her 20s because she had me very young when she was 17. Mm-hmm. So there was some of that, and I just always knew like I'm going to go to college, like do better, like different things like that. I just knew I wanted more. Mm-hmm. So it was just kind of something always in the back of my mind. Oh, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this. That really helped push me forward. And there were some other barriers as well. I had a son very young at 19. So society kind of was just like, oh, they're not, young mom, not going to go anywhere, or typically from the poverty family that I'm from.
I think you showed them though. Yeah.
Not really going to do much. So I continued. And of course I did have a lot of support, from my husband and his family and my family as well.
Wonderful.
So those were some barriers, as well as anybody who's ever worked in aesthetics before. We know how rough it is to be in the field or to even get in the field. I will say I accidentally got into the field and absolutely fell in love with it, but there were barriers there as well, and what you can do and your autonomy, and working for bigger places and med spas. Patients are just like a number to them. And really, as providers, we don't see it that way. And so it was trying to break off and do your own thing is very hard. And I was given an opportunity to have a partnership and open a location in Waxhaw. And I was super excited about it and was like, yes, heck yeah. I didn't want to leave the med spa I was at in Uptown Charlotte because it was bringing me back to like bedside. Well, not bedside, but the OR. Mm-hmm. So I said, no, thank you. Actually like 2 times. And then I was given the opportunity for the partnership to open something in Waxhaw, which they knew that's exactly what I wanted to do.
Right.
So I started that, and we did open something in Waxhaw. And then the partnership kind of just kept not coming and not coming. And so finally I just was kind of like, you know what? This is not what I signed up for. And this is not what we agreed upon. And I feel like I'm going against my values and my integrity. And so I left and I opened my own business. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So she's opened her own business. That's great. I have so many girlfriends, like a few that are in maybe the same field as you, or maybe like my friend Jessica, she's just moved from one place to another in totally different towns. So I think it's it's a big deal, you
Yes.
know, anytime you change where you're going or who you're working with, and it can feel like a failure. I'm not saying it does for Jessica. I'm just saying I can see how it could feel like that would be a hurdle, huge hurdle to get over. But once you did it, now you've got your own place, and she is getting around. She is very well known. So I think she's doing well. She's very successful. That touched my heart. You were talking about your mom and, you know, how you grew up as a young child. And I didn't want to interrupt you, but I want you to know that's incredible. I think people that will hear that, it'll resonate with so many people. So thank you for being honest and kind of raw and just letting us know about that. That's pretty cool. Definitely pretty cool. So let's see. I wanted to learn a little bit more about peptides, IV hydration, Botox, and there's also other things as Botox. And do you offer all of that? Do you?
I do. So I offer currently NAD and then the GLP, weight loss.
Okay.
Yeah, the weight loss.
And do you meet with people like monthly, or how does that work?
So for peptides, it's going to be a weekly meeting. Unless you're comfortable with taking it home and injecting yourself, then it's going to be monthly meeting. Same thing with the weight loss. That is on your comfort level. If you can stick yourself with a needle, you can just meet with me monthly. Some people can, some people cannot. And then if not, you meet with me weekly just for the injection. But then once a month, we have a longer appointment, and we go over, you know, how it's going, any barriers, how you're feeling. We talk about this a little bit at injection too, but we have a longer in-depth appointment. We do your weight, and we're looking at your muscle mass and your fat percentage, and we're making sure all the numbers are where they need to be, making sure you're not losing muscle, because it can do that, and making sure that your fat percentage is coming down and different things like that.
And that's monthly?
That's a monthly.
Okay. So that sounds like a longer appointment.
Yeah, that one's a longer appointment that you meet with me. And then IV hydration, that's just different there's a lot of different things you can use it for. Like if you're hungover after a Saturday night,
yes,
you can get an IV. You literally feel better probably 10 minutes after the bag has started. It's really amazing.
Can people get an appointment with you like that, or how do they do
typically, for the most part, you can.
Okay.
And if there's not an availability, like I'm fairly flexible, as long as I don't have stuff going on with my family. Like, I'm happy to meet for certain things like that.
And so that's the perk of a boutique.
Yeah.
Med spa. So she's local and willing to do that. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's nice. I live a couple minutes from my office, so it's easy to be flexible and meet at at different times.
Yeah. So you got filler. You do filler.
I also do filler, which can be used when you have like volume loss. My goal is always to enhance what's already there. We're never going to change the way you look or make you look different. It's more like you go out and your friends are like, "Oh my gosh, you look really refreshed. Like, what are you doing different?" Not like, "Holy shit, what did you do to your face?"
Yes, I've seen both.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And then there's Botox. What's the other one?
So there's a lot of different different brands. The main brand that I use in my practice is Jeuveau.
Okay.
I carry Jeuveau, I carry Dysport, I carry Xeomin, I carry Daxxify, I carry Botox, but like one vial. It's not my preference, and not most of my patients. I mainly use Jeuveau, and a couple other products too, but it is a very natural feel. It gives you like a really pretty glow, and it has one of the quickest onsets, about 2 to 3 days.
Okay, so Jeuveau is a filler. Botox.
No, Jeuveau is a neuromodulator. Okay. So a Botox. So a Botox.
Like the crow's feet and the wrinkles. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So then what's the filler?
Filler would.
What does it do?
Filler is going to do volume loss. So wherever you've had volume loss. So I always tell my patients, like, we have a really pretty youthful triangle when we're younger, right? And that cute, like, heart-shaped face. And as we're older and gravity works against us, it kind of starts to turn this way.
Oh, wow.
And so we tend to lose volume here and then down here, which causes jowling, and then like the under eyes. So my biggest patient complaint is like, I look tired all the time. And my my under eyes don't look great. And usually it's because there's volume loss in the mid face. And once we correct that, it just helps look rejuvenated and youthful.
So I wonder, I think I've done this before where I have maybe Botox or whatever it was that I got. I think I've had Juvo before Botox, and then there was another one. But anyway, and then an IV at the same time. Can you do the
Yes,
IV at the same time?
You can.
And then I guess you don't want to have a facial on the same day that you get anything injected,
Yeah,
right?
no facials on the same day that you get like filler or Botox.
Okay.
But you can do IV hydration at the same time.
Okay. Now, do you do any facials?
I don't do any facials.
So med spa.
Yeah,
only.
med spa only. Okay. I do offer chemical pills.
Okay.
So like a Jesner chemical pill, VI pill.
Oh, nice.
Things like that.
Okay, so tell us about that. What are those two? This is great. This is a lot of good education.
Yeah.
So what is the difference between those?
So, the Jesner pill is going to be a little bit lighter. You're not going to have as much peeling. You'll have slight peeling, and the VI pill is going to be a more in-depth peel where it's going to be kind of like that snake skin.
For how many days?
Typically 3 to 5 days.
Okay.
You're going to start peeling around like day 2, 3, and then it can last up to 5 days, just depending on you.
And is it painful?
No, I would say during the procedure, it's hot.
Okay.
More or less. It just like feels
Okay.
hot on your face. But that doesn't last very long. And
Do you have a date?
I don't have an exact date yet, but it will be in November.
Oh, okay, great.
Yes.
So we'll put it in the summary.
Okay.
And we'll get all of her contact information. You can reach her social media. I'll get all that. I'll get her website, email address, everything you need to contact her. And keep an eye out for that grand opening.
Yes.
I think the pre-grand opening, tell me about that. I was in Asheville because I live part-time in Asheville that weekend. But you had some specials, I think, that you were running that weekend.
Yeah, so I had specials for IV hydration, and then I had $10 unit talks, and then $650 for a syringe of filler, which is normally, so talks normally $12 a unit, and filler is normally $800 per syringe,
Wow.
and then 10% off of IV hydration. For anybody that came to the event, they got free B12 shots, and then, it was a ticketed event. It was like $20 to come. So with that, you got B12 shot, and then there was 2 yoga classes that we did.
Oh, nice.
As well. Yeah,
I wish I would have been there. So let me tell you how I met Shyla. In August, we have a women's group called Unscripted, and it's a women's networking group. It's not single seat. It's open to anybody. We meet monthly, and Shyla was kind enough to come up to that August event at the Culinary Dropout. And that was a ticketed event too. We had about 35 women that came. It was almost maxed out, and did the B12 shots. And that was such a hit. That was really amazing. Really took it to the next level. Really just made it just very nice. So it was good to meet her, and I've seen her at a few other events. So now I've got to spend some time with her, and I hope to continue to spend time with her. You visited a couple, like the Union County Network of Women before. You still come if you can.
Yeah,
you could come to more. Yeah. And definitely connect. So connect with her on social media. And all right, rapid fire questions. So I got to think of some funny things. So what's the funniest thing you've ever experienced, like at work and in the medical industry, medical field?
The funniest thing
I've
ever experienced.
Or the wildest, because isn't like full moon night supposed to be crazy?
Like, so I did work in the ER, like really early as a new grad for just like a short time before I was in the ICU.
Right.
And I guess this is a little bit graphic, but
okay, we can take it.
It's just like the craziest, like think of the craziest thing. Okay. So we often had people, and I worked night shift, that would come in and would have things placed in places that you shouldn't put them. And we had a Buzz Lightyear.
Oh my God.
Yes.
That is definitely the wildest thing I think I could ever imagine.
Yeah.
Okay. Whoa. I don't know if I can even come up with anything better than that. What are you going to be for Halloween? Do you do Halloween?
Normally. My daughter's going to be Wednesday, so she wants me to be Wednesday Adams' mom.
Nice.
Yeah.
You'll look cute. Is that the one? Does she have the white?
She's like the
white streak.
I think she does. Does she? I don't know. Just black, long hair, black, long dress.
You can do it. You can pull it off.
And she walks on spiders. She doesn't actually walk. My daughter told me she walks on hundreds of thousands of little spiders. So she doesn't have to walk.
Okay. So do you have your costume?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Send us a picture of that.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for spending time with us today, Shyla. This was so much fun. Can't wait to see you next time. We
Thanks
have
for
another one
having
coming
me.
up next week, and I'll put all of her contact information in the summary. Bye. Okay. Ugh.